The Hawks return home Sunday for a game against a division rival. Hello 12s, I'm Jen Mueller with a preview of the Hawks game against Arizona, a really familiar opponent but with a lot of new faces, including head coach Jonathan Gannon, who spent the last 2 seasons as the defensive coordinator in Philadelphia.
The head coach has an impact on the team. You know, they're an aggressive, physical team, running the football and featuring a running quarterback and all that. It all fits, you know, right in with coach.
They show a lot of different looks as well. They try to, you know, have a variety of packages that they throw at you. But they play hard. I mean, you know, it's a new head coach, and you know they're still trying to establish themselves as a team.
For the time being, that's happening without key players. Josh Dobbs will start under center as Kyler Murray continues to work his way back from an ACL injury. Dobbs is completing 63% of his passes and is a threat to run.
A little bit of a long strider, he's a tall guy, you know, and he gets out and guys don't catch him very quickly. You know, he's had some good, substantial runs already. He's a threat in the running game, but he's also the threat in the passing game too to get out and go.
Dobbs has also turned the ball over 5 times in the last 2 games, throwing 3 interceptions and fumbling twice. He's without leading rusher James Conner, who's on the IR with a knee injury, but even so, the ground game still a strength for the Cardinals, having racked up the 5th most rushing yards in the league and a 5.2 yard per carry average.
Their run game is a lot different. Historically in the past, there was a lot of crunch, a lot of downhill runs. But when you watch them now, they have a lot of pullers, a lot of confidence in their quarterback to keep the ball and make plays with his feet.
The Cards will be trying to run against the best run defense in the league when it comes to yards per carry. The Hawks allow just 3.2 yards a rush and have maintained their consistency in that department. The offense, meanwhile, put up 381 yards in the loss to Cincinnati, but that is not the number that jumps off the page for DK Metcalf.
Third downs is just something that, you know, sticks out like a sore thumb, you know, in this offense with as many points as we put up, and you know, our red zone issues is another thing that sticks out. So if we, you know, correct those 2 things, who knows how good this offense can be.
On the season, Seattle is converting about 32% of its third down opportunities and scoring touchdowns on half of the trips inside the red zone. This week, they're facing an Arizona defense that ranks 29th and 30th in the league in points allowed and yards allowed. But those numbers don't tell the whole story.
Anytime, you know, you have a defensive head coach, defensive-minded, tough-minded head coach, and Coach Gannon, you're going to have tough dudes out there on the field. And so they've got a bunch of guys who are out there flying around. They're playing extremely hard. When you watch the film, you know, their record doesn't dictate their effort.
Overall, though, this week is more about bouncing back, or rather, playing to the level the Hawks expect of themselves after missed opportunities last week.
It definitely felt like it was a game that we let slip away, a game that we should have won. Like, I think this was maybe one of those games you try to find a positive, understanding that there's so much season left.
Home field advantage has not been quite as evident in playing the Cardinals. Arizona has won 9 times at Lumen Field. That is the most of any opponent since the stadium opened. You can watch that game on Fox 13 and listen on the Seahawks Radio Network.